know, living okay. As you can see, the lockety locks are gone. So let me update you on my light, okay? So at the end of August, Imana and I went to a concert. It was Kale Uchis and the Sacred Souls, which I've been rocking with for a while now. And well, the Sacred Souls. And it was a great time. I only took one picture, so there's that. Tonight's drink is black cherry cranberry black cherry, and a little Henny. Oh my god, I love this. So we went to the concert. You guys know, before my divorce I cut out bangs, so I'm having a little hard time with styling because I cut my bangs again and not anticipating that I was going to be cutting all my hair. So then I went through like something where I was like, I'm gonna comb out my locks, but I had a trip planned because let me tell you about my girl. She is if she wanted to she would type bitch, and she wanted to, so she bought me a ticket to go out to Utah. This thing was the messiest of messes, okay? 2 weeks before I'm going out there, my supervisor is like, you need to let everybody know that you're going out there and set up a day that you can see the whole team. I'm not understanding why, so I put it off and put it off, and she's like, hey, just to remind you, you know, you need to set up a day when you're gonna go work in office and the team can see you. And I put it off and put it off. Finally, the last week I make an announcement. I don't at nobody. I don't at what we call at general that notifies everybody of this message. I just was like, yo, I'll be in the office on Friday, this Friday, if you guys can make it, okay? My one and only male team member was like, are you serious? Are you really coming? And he's not on my team anymore. He came in the chat because he saw that I made that message. He's like, I'll be there. Okay, I think it was a week before I did that. The week before I was coming, I did that. The next week he follows up with me on Wednesday, and then he follows up with me again on Thursday that I'm going to be in office. So I do see him. He gives the best fucking hugs ever. Oh, I have a picture with him. So I guess I could add it in there, but I'm just not really in the mood. Nope, that's not it. That's me proving I paid my gas bill because it kept sending me a bill. So whoop, there he is. So, and the person right next to me is my homie that bought my ticket for me. So before then, like my friend that I used to work really close with, which we actually been talking more, but we had like a time where things were really weird, and I was like, yo, you're being passive aggressive, yada yada, whoop whoop. So I wasn't really talking to her at that time, you know, like I would help her out, she would help me out, but we weren't really talking on that level. It was all professional at that time, except for her little like side remarks. So then when I put the message out to the team, she's like, oh, it would have been nice to know, you know, I thought we were closer than that, and this and that. And then her husband messages me too, and I was like, yo, this is mad weird, like you guys are kind of harassing. That whole week I was a mess. I was stressed out, crying, going through the emotions, because I feel like, you know, she has people in high places. She's worked in office. I've never worked in office. Like if she puts the word out that she don't fuck with me, like I don't know what kind of retaliation type shit's gonna be happening to me. It gets to the point where it becomes an HR situation, like my supervisor's involved, she's trying to mediate between us, and the girls just like, everyone hates me and blah blah blah. I was like, okay, this is not going anywhere, it's not gonna do anything. All right, finally I get out there, and oh my god, the meeting. Okay, so you know how you talk to people online, and I talk to her on FaceTime like almost every day, so you don't know how it's gonna be in person. I'm looking for her, she's looking for me. Finally we see each other, like she runs up to me and she's pouring down tears, and I like hugging her so tight, and it was not awkward. Like the whole time I was there, it was so chill as fuck. Like it was so chill as fuck. Her family was cool as fuck. Like the whole situation was cool as fuck. So all the anticipation and all the fucked up shit was happening before the trip, okay? The day that I got into office, it was just me, us three. That was it that came in office, and nobody else showed up, nobody else. But I heard that the team was flaky and that they don't really show up to any of the events. So my whole thing with that was that my job wasn't paying for me to go out there, so I don't feel like it was like necessary that it became like a team thing where I had to see team members and all that. That wasn't why I was out there. And me and my friend were dreading it the whole time. We're like, fuck, we don't want to go, we don't want to go. And it was supposed to be the whole day that we were working up there. We only stayed there till 12. That same day we find a dog. Her name is Tasha, and we think we're rescuing this fucking dog, girl. No, we're not rescuing the dog. We stole it from in front of his house. She drops her babysitter off, you know, like the money that she needs to pay the babysitter with, and then she asks about the dog because we see the dog roaming around outside, like looking at this truck, doing all these things, and she's like, yeah, it's been roaming around for 2 days. So we get the dog in the car and we're like, yeah, we'll figure out what to do with it. Take the dog back home. Find out we took it right from its house. Call the owner, she doesn't answer. I start texting her, we go back and forth, we talk about everything, you know what I mean? And there's that. I'm showing, like, you know, my team lead. I'm like, yo, this is the dog we found, this is what's going on, woo woo. It was really funny. So then finally the weekend comes. I mean, I had a ball just working with Naya. Like, it was so cool because when we were in the office together, her office, which is the dungeon, and hers is really like a dungeon. It's in the basement. It's really cool down there. It's dope. Rocky, her dog, works with us. Like, it's really cool. So it kind of reminded me of home because I had a work companion dog that was next to me, like Wolf. So the weekend comes. We're supposed to chill with my supervisor, and Naya's not feeling good. So I was like, yo, I don't want you to like feel like you have to do anything today. We could just chill at the house. We can get her daughter and pick her up and we could watch a movie. It's like, I'm not tripping because I don't want you to do anything outside of your normal life. Like, you already got me a ticket to come out here. Like, we could just chill. And she's like, cool. The supervisor is calling and she wants to chill. Like, she wants to hang out with us and she wants to do shit with us and everything. And I'm like, you know, I'll go with her and then you can get your daughter, and then when I come back we'll watch movies, which we did. We watched The Ring. Her daughter's on another level. She's 8 years old and she psychoanalyzed the fuck out of that movie to the point that I don't even know what the fuck I was scared of when I was watching it. But anyways, by the way, The Ring is really a movie about child neglect, and my friend's daughter will tell you that, okay? So, I go out with my supervisor during the day. The first place we go is this place called Dreamscape. Let me show you a couple pictures from there as well because it was pretty dope. By the way, this is Rocky. See him? That's Rocky. You know, I always get me a puppy friend wherever I go. I was also getting pictures of Wolf while he was here. So that's me in Utah. That's in Dreamscape. And I don't know how these pictures got all messed up in this order. That's me in Utah near the planetarium, I believe. What's up, bro? He does this every time I'm recording, so it's kind of hard to... No, we're not doing all that. This is, I think his name was Nosferatu, like the SpongeBob guy, you know? So that was my man right there. What else? I'm trying to show you guys pictures without my supervisor. Oh, I did this at the planetarium because we're whole ass children. So that's what I learned. My supervisor's a Gemini. She's down for the cause. Like, so whatever the fuck we wanted to do, we did. And I was conjuring up spirits out there. It was fucking fun. So I had a good time with my supervisor. We go to Dreamscape first, then we go to the planetarium. Planetarium's where I'm that spinny thing. And then, and then I think I gave you one of these. Are you lying to me? Then after that, we go to, I think it's called the Old Spaghetti Factory. We swap food. Like, you would think we was in a whole ass relationship. I'm like, yo, let me feed you. Like, let me get you this food. Let me cut this for you. Let me do this, let me do that. My supervisor is dope as fuck. So I had a good time with her. Come back home, we watch movies. And then the next day, we have an appointment to go swim in this crater. The crater is dope as fuck too. Like, it's underground or something, and it's 60 feet of water beneath us, so you had to wear a life jacket when you were in there. Then they book a time for you, so it's an hour slot, and we just chilled in there. Okay, at that point, my hair would not stop smelling like mildew. Like, my skin smelled like mildew. After I took a shower, it still smelled like mildew. I don't know what the fuck that was about. But it was nothing but the mildew smell. Okay, prior to getting out there, I had combed out 2 locks. I was like, okay, let me stop right here, because once I get into it, I'm gonna have to finish it. So I didn't want to comb out anything, so I combed out these bottom 2 locks before I went out there, and then I was kind of just like styling in my hair or wearing them like curly like this. Then I come back home on Monday. That's so emotional, like leaving her. I was crying, she was crying. It was fucking horrible. You know, I got stopped in security again. It's my crotch again. This coochie be fired. Let me tell you, it's the bomb. I heard it's the bomb. Anyways, so yeah, I stopped. They searched my crotch again, just like in Vegas a couple years ago. I had to do the pat down. I had Crocs on. They took my shoes anyways, and then my bag got stopped again. So then they had to go through my bag. I almost missed my flight because I was already fucking late, because I worked all the way that full day and then went to the airport. My flight was at 7. I get off at 5. We leave at like 5:15. So then, you know, we cry at the airport. I go through it to get harassed again, and then I get to my flight. Oh, that's cool. Then it got delayed. I didn't get home till 2 a.m. I was supposed to be home at 11. I didn't get home till 2 a.m. So my bag was the last bag too, but I don't even tripping on any of that. I was supposed to go off of work the next day, which was Tuesday, at 10:30 anyway, so I was only working 2 hours that day. And then I had to go to DPS and Social Security, which a bitch got her Social Security card and her identification with just my last name on it. So I'm back to being me, baby. I got my ID yesterday. So looks crazy because I'm like and I have locks then, so it was my last picture with locks, to be honest with you. So then, you know, I come back and I loved Utah. There's water all over the fucking place. That's my jam, because, you know, I came from San Diego. Like, there's water everywhere. You could find a lake, a pond, or whatever out there. It was dope. The trees were beautiful. Let me see if I can find a picture of the trees. Let me see if I can find a picture. What the fuck, bro? She's obsessed with me, my old team lead. She's on my freaking TikTok that I don't post on, but there's this guy that's always looking at my profile every single day, and he knows I don't post. He's like, you should make content. I'm like, I'm not gonna make content. I do a story like every now and again, but I don't make content for TikTok. Those people are crazy over there. I look at the comments and they're like psychotic. So they get mad over anything. You could be 100% right and they will attack the fuck out of you. So no, you're not getting this. So, oh, you hear that? So I meet this cool guy. I'm in the Social Security office first. Cool guy. I think his name was Douglas. He was on drugs, or formerly on drugs, but we talked for 2 hours. We shot the shit. Like, we had so much fun. We laughed, everything. But like, obviously I can't be worried about if my shit's gonna be stolen, so I can't be fucking with that, because listen, I have an uncle that uses, and a lot of shit be showing up missing in people's homes. I can't be dealing with that. So, but he had the iciest blue fucking eyes. Like, I think before he got the path that he got on, he was something to fuck with. I can tell you, he has stage 5 liver disease, but he's funny as fuck. Like, funny. I gave him my ex's phone number because I was like, nah. But he waited for me after my appointment. He opened the door for me. Like, he was so straight. Like, he was so cool, but I was like, nah. Then I went to DPS. Like, it was smooth sailing for once, because I had my old name change, my new, the divorce decree was pretty straightforward over there, and it was pretty dope. I get home, like, I'm on my way home. I got this dope ass person's taking me home in the lift, and we hug and we talk for like an hour. It was the dopest day ever. Then I'm back to work like it was nothing, but I had a great time in Utah. I think the anticipation of getting out there and all the bullshit that came, excuse me, before then was fucked up. So then I get on my journey of combing out my hair. I start combing out my hair, I think that week, and I'm only getting like 1 lock out a day at this point, 1 to 2 locks out a day. I think I started on the weekend, so I got 2 more locks out over the weekend, and then I'm going, you know, from the 1st until the 9th. It took me to comb out my hair. On the 9th is when I got my social security card that was like, you are back, baby. And I was like, damn, this is an emotional day. When I combed out my last lock, which was over here, no, it was over here, sorry. And I was in tears. I was feeling emotions like crazy. I ended up burning my hair. I had a big ass bag of hair. Let's see that too. Wolf, I'm trying to tell them the motherfucking story, bro. So here's like my hair, and I'm burning that up, you know, and spreading positivity, releasing shit. That was emotional. I felt that shit in my chest. I've been feeling bald headed ever since, but my son was like, damn, you look better like that. But I think the reason that he thinks I look better like this is because this is what he grew up with, my hair like loose, natural, not in locks. So I think that's why he felt like I look better like this, because this reminds him of who he grew up with. My mom likes it because obviously, you know, before she didn't like it because I made my hair natural because it was relaxed before, and she didn't like when I went natural. But here's the thing, when my daughter was 6 years old, she wanted to relax her hair, and I was like, no. And that was the last time I ever relaxed my hair, was in 2006. And I went and I went through the phases. Like, I went through the trenches. I don't know if I got pictures of it, but I had like this part was curly, the ends were straight. It looked so fucking crazy, but I went through it because I didn't ever want her not to like her natural hair. So I went through the trenches to make sure that she loved her hair, and I rocked it out until it all grew out, and it's a different texture now. This is not the texture of curls that I had. They were a lot tighter before, but yeah, these are this is a new texture right here, right? Well, this is a new shit. So then you know, first of all, it was intimate because my coworkers are seeing this process, right? Like, every time they're watching me comb out my hair in meetings, I'm still like doing it. One time I'm looking like Method Man. I had half locks over here. This was out in the afro. And then they're seeing me in like some really intimate fucking setting. Shout out to having like an all women's team, and they'll just be like, oh, how many do you have left? How many do you have left? So they were like, my cousin was the very first person to see me without any locks, right? So I snapped her first. I was like, yo, you're the first person, even before Kimana, to see me with everything combed out. And she had just done a big chop on her hair. We started this process at the same time. She didn't know I was combing out her lock. I didn't my locks, and I didn't know she was doing a big chop. So we went through yet another transition together, which we've been doing since like 2022, I think. Yeah, our snap, what is our snap thing? It's 1300. Let's see how long that is. 1300 is our snap. Watch out, bro. 3.5 years. So yeah, we've been doing this since like 2022. But yeah, we went through this transition without talking to each other. She was just talking about like coloring it again and stuff, and she didn't know. Then I showed her, like, she was the first person, Kimana was the second person, my coworkers were next, and then my ex just saw me yesterday. But I haven't really seen anybody because I feel like a little bit, tiny bit insecure, and I hate feeling that way because I don't want my daughter to feel insecure because she has the same hair type as me, and me feeling bad about my hair is probably making her feel bad about her hair. And I think her hair is beautiful. I'm just not used to it. I had 8 years of locks that I haven't seen my curls in forever, and I do love my curls, they're beautiful, but again, I'm not used to them there. I feel very light. I feel very like too light, like I don't have hair. And so don't be tripping though, because I am gonna get them put back in, which everybody, I mean, Naya's daughter, she saw me for the first time today without my locks. So since the 9th, she hasn't seen me on FaceTime or anything, and she was like, oh my god, it looks weird. But don't think anything negative. Like, she has autism, she's used to the same thing, she wants to see the same thing looking the same way. So I didn't take offense to her saying that, but she was like, yeah, you need to get him back. My mom doesn't want me to get him back. My dad was the first person I showed. Oh yeah, my dad, because I did call my dad. I was worried about my dad's reaction to me taking him out because he got locks because I had locks. And he's like, now you make me want to take mine out. I'm like, I'm getting them back in. I'm just getting them smaller. And he is like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'm just going to take a couple weeks, have it out, like give it time to strengthen up. And then I'm just going to put them back in after. And I could tell that my hair wants to lock up because the shit gets knotted just from being out. Oh my gosh. So there's that. Then yesterday was like a crazy fucking day at work. It ended fucking crazy with the guy screaming at me for 24 fucking minutes, and then I just was shutting my mouth for most of the time because I didn't want to cuss him out because I felt myself getting angry. And my daughter was like, that's surprising because you've been doing this for almost 4 years and you usually don't give a fuck. I was like, I usually don't give a fuck, but he wasn't shutting the fuck up and I was getting irritated. And I was like, so there was a long gaps of silence to keep myself from calling him every name that came to mind, and I know I would be sounding like my mom. So I was like, yeah, let me shut the fuck up. Anyways, I was like, at the end, I was like, this is what I'm gonna do for you. Is there anything else I can help you with? And he was like, I guess not. And then we did ended the call at frenemies. So then I'm setting up because I have like I'm breaking out. I don't know if it's eczema. You can't really see it now, but it gets really bad. And I'm setting up because I have an appointment at 6 p.m. yesterday because I thought my doctor was just gonna give me like a consultation derm. And she was like, no, you should have came in so I could have looked to see what it was, because you know it could be shingles, it could be eczema, and I can diagnose those things. You don't need to go to derm for that. So I was like, oh, well, I didn't really think about it. I thought it was going to be a derm issue, and I just was like, well, you're just going to give me that, and that was going to be that. She was like, no, so just come in. I'm going to give you a topical steroid, which I don't know where it is. I got it sent to the house, but it's somewhere. And so I'm waiting on the phone, and I hear somebody like ding dong 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 at the door, and I was like, the fuck, you know? And then I started getting anxious, so I knew then it was my ex. I pull up the ring cam, and there's my ex, and then my daughter comes in the room, and she's like, yo, it's dad. And I was like, can you see what he wants? Because he's not leaving. He was there for like 10 minutes. And then he was asking her about medications. I watch him through the ring cam. He's talking to her about school, about this, about that, whatever. But then when he's done talking to her, he's still sitting in the house for a while. So I went out and I'm like, yo, what's up? And he gets out the car and he's like smiling and he's all happy and everything. He's telling me about his love life, which I find weird. I'm like, I don't know what role I'm supposed to be playing in his life. Am I his therapist, about his relationships? Who am I to him in his eyes? You know what I mean? But I know I told him the last time we spoke, I'm not your backup plan. Don't be coming over here when you have failed relationships, because I don't go to you when I don't be going through with whatever. And mostly it's me that stops talking to people because, you know what, fuck everybody. And I realize that I'm too nice to people, but I do want to see that everybody wins, and I need to stop giving a fuck about people that don't give a fuck about me, because that's just crazy. But yeah, I like to check up on my people, see how they're doing, and motherfuckers is wanting to act trippy. So I don't know who I am to him, and it's kind of like people that don't expect me to be going through shit ever. And so I kind of fell off the planet in late May, early June, because I was going through my divorce thing, and I just had to make sure that I stayed focused on that goal. I only talked to select people. I didn't really do a lot and I changed my number at that time because I was like, yo, I'm trying to drop off everything that is from my past. Like, I want a new slate, I want to do new things and whatever. And so I didn't talk to people. I didn't really update a lot of people on my phone number, and I just changed it. But that's because I did need to go into seclusion to make sure that I got this done, because I could make up 5 million reasons why I could have still been married at this time. But I'm so glad that Anna pushed me to get divorced, because it was holding on to nothing. This man asked me every day, like, do you want to get back together and whatnot? And I'm like, nah, my guy, like, you had 20 plus years to pull it together, and you didn't. And I don't know why you feel like right now is the time to be like, yeah, I just want to work on this, and I miss you, and this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, well, you had me in front of your face and you was fine without me, so keep that same energy now, boy. So he's telling me about what's going on, and I'm like, damn, this shit sounds fucking crazy. Like, this is crazy. I don't have these kind of experiences. Like I told you guys, I had the one little heartache back in 2021, I think it was, and I ain't never let nobody hurt me again. So if anything, that same person probably would have came back and hurt me, and I would have been like over and over again. But fuck that. I learned my lesson. Like, ain't nobody really give a fuck about you. They try to get what they want from you, use you for support or whatever they need you from, and then move about their day. So I move the same way, and I move in accordance to people, how people treat me now. Like, if you don't want to fuck with me, you don't want to fuck with me, and that's fine. We don't have to fuck with each other, because I prefer my peace anyways, and I like being alone. So yeah, but also don't come over here like crying about your family that you had in your face for over 20 years and you did not do anything about. And he makes us sound like we were using him for resources and using him for this and that the whole time. Like, that was a part of being in the family. Food, shelter, clothing, whatever was a part of being a part of the family. I wasn't using you for anything because I didn't have any clothes. I started buying clothes when I wasn't with his ass no more. I started getting multiple bras when I wasn't with him anymore. Like, I had one bra while I was with him. I don't use him for anything. I didn't ask him for anything. I never wanted anything from him. I just wanted to make sure that my kids were straight, and that's the only thing I ever fucking wanted. And he can look back at his transcripts, he can look back at his bank statements, and he will not see anything from me. It will be for my kids. It will be for the house. It will be for the it will be groceries. But I do not shop for myself. I didn't do anything for myself. Anything that I did, I would either plan trips for our family, or it was resources to my kids, but it was not about me. It was never about me. So when he would say that we were using him for resources, that's mad crazy, bro. And I guess he's kind of figuring out what that looks like now. But there's a definitely a fucking difference between that, because me, I supplied something in the house. I took care of the home. I took care of everything in the house, and I took care of the kids. So that was a trade-off. You worked, I did that. If you're not going in there, then you're not going in there, sir. But yeah. And I was like, it's crazy that you accuse us of using you and doing shit like that, but we weren't. That's what a family is all about. And if you ever thought that from 1 minute that that's not what family was about, then you were not a part of this family. Which I never really felt like he was a part of the family. His fucking dad would be like, yo, she's just about her and the kids. Fuck yeah, it was about me and the kids. Fuck yeah, because I'm the only one that gave a fuck about my kids, the only one that was taking care of my kids, the only one that was raising my kids. So fuck yeah, it was about me and the kids. Who else would it fuck with me about? The person that was abusing me? Sir. So I don't feel guilty about any of that. I'm not gonna apologize for any fucking thing I did. Any time that I chose my kids, I'm not gonna feel bad about wasting time. And I don't really like giving out my phone number, to be honest with you, because I don't like I don't know. I like my peace of not having a lot of people contact me and a lot of people interact with me. But y'all know I always worry about Terrell and what's going on with him and if he's alive, and I'm always gonna give a fuck about him whether he fucks with me or not. I always think about him and worry about what's going on with him. I do regret that I ever fucking cared about that situation, because I did nothing wrong other than try to protect my peace while I was going through a divorce. But I'm always gonna care if something happened. I don't know what the fuck well, I don't know what the fucking deal is between us, you know, since we met, but I'll go through periods in my life where I feel like something's not right or feel like I need to check on them, and I'll probably always feel that way, and I'll always feel like I need to, you want this? Exactly. And I always feel like, you know, I want to check on him, but I just have to let it go, because he never gave a fuck about me, and I need to let that shit go, because I always give too many fucks about people that do not give a fuck about me. And I learned in my solitude that it's better for me to be alone and not care about what other people are doing or feeling or if they're okay, because mentally that's not my place to care. You know what I mean? You wouldn't care if I was going through shit. You wouldn't care what's going on with me, and you only care if I'm available to you. You can ghost me whenever you want to and then come back, and I always accept you back. But I have to grow past all that shit, because ain't nobody trying to give a fuck. He's not a grown man, and he's never gonna grow as a person, and I just have to stop worrying about that, and I have to let it go. I'm not gonna let it go, and I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you, because I'm always gonna give a fuck. But I just have to keep that shit to myself. I just gotta keep that shit inside of me now, and not reach out and see if he's okay. I'm just gonna have to be like, yo, you know, when I feel that way, just write it down in my journal and be like, I hope he's okay, and send him positive energy, because I don't want anything to be wrong with him. I never do, and I never will want anything negative for him. But he's just not a good person in my life. So I guess he's not gonna leave me alone, and he's gonna keep fucking with me the whole time. And so I guess I'm gonna let you guys go. That's pretty much catching you up to the point that where I'm at right now anyways. And I'm probably just gonna go and listen to some music. I don't know why I felt like I was kind of talking really fast, but I was trying to rush for him because he's gonna harass me about something that's nothing, seriously. And I'm gonna just go oil my hair. I need to cut it on the ends in some places, like right here. I need to cut it. I need to cut all that. But I want Kimana to do it for me, and then I'm gonna go see what this dog wants, because he's gonna go make up some shit and to harass me over, which is gonna be nothing, but it's gonna be fine, because you know what, that's what I'm here for. I let this motherfucker harass me, ain't that right? So I guess that's it for now. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. We're about to start the next week tomorrow. The next week tomorrow. The next week tomorrow. It's still a day off, but you know, it's the start of the week. Some people say it's the end of the week, some people say it's a start. I say it's a start. But we're gonna go into this amazingly. I have some things that I'm gonna be handling for myself and taking care of for myself, and I'm kind of excited about, you know, because it's all about growth and elevation in life. And I'm just in a different space in my life right now with people, places, and things all the fucking now. So I'm just in a different place and different space, but I'm definitely happy to feel like I've shed some of the weight off of me, and I do feel like a lot better emotionally and let go of some of the trauma. And I'm learning like where to invest my energy and where to take my energy back from, because it's important for me to learn these things. Because I just realized that even one time I called my mom and she was like in a mood or whatever, and my daughter was in the room with me, and she was like, yo, why was she acting like that? And I was like, I don't know, that guy, it goes over my head. And she was like, no, I caught on to that really fast, because like you would never talk to me like that. And I was just like, I don't know. So I haven't talked to her really since that time, because she was acting like a little bit weird. And the only thing I caught on to really was her talking about, because she's like, who the fuck is Gizmo? And she was talking about the guinea pig. Gizmo's our guinea pig. And I was like, it's our guinea pig. And that's what I caught, because I was like, what the fuck is she talking about him like that for? You know what I mean? He didn't do shit to her. And that's what I caught. She was like, no, she was like talking to you crazy too, you know? But I'm so oblivious to a lot of things that go on in my life, because I've been talked to like a certain type of way my whole life. So some things I'm just like, whatever. But I think when I started paying attention to shit, that's when stuff at work started getting to me too. Because last month, my QA, I didn't even pass, y'all. I did not pass. That's the first time in almost 4 years I've never passed. Like, I didn't pass. I passed 2 calls, failed 2 calls, and the average ended up me being a month of me just not passing. So it was a horrible September, to be honest with you. And I was just like, oh my gosh. It was rough. I missed it by 1.75, but to me that's a lot, like, because I'm used to getting all perfects, you know what I mean? And so going from all perfects to whatever that zigzag shit was. But I wasn't happy to hear that the rest of the team was going through the same thing with our grades, but it made me feel a little bit better that I wasn't alone. But also it's kind of fucked up, because like my supervisor was like, a person had to win the award last month by default because everybody fucked up. And I was like, damn, you know, that's kind of crazy. But you know, hopefully this month I do better. I think I still have 2 more calls to go. So, and this last call from Friday is graded. Well, that's gonna be an automatic failure. So, but it's fine, you know. I don't know. Everything feels on the up and up. I do need to journal some things, because I do have some things on my mind. You know what I mean? And I haven't really written in my journal since I came back from Utah. So it's been about good 2 weeks since then. But I need to journal things because there's some things that I just really need to figure out in my life, why I do some of the things I do and why I give a fuck when I shouldn't. So I want to get down to why I give a fuck about people that do not give a fuck about me. And so I'm gonna really dive deep into that, and journaling has really been helping me like get to the point of understanding. But yeah, I guess that's it, you guys. I just wanted to get you updated and see where it's at, and it's the first time that you guys are seeing my hair like this. So welcome to the shit show of me trying to style it every fucking day, which is, I think, what pisses me off more is that I have to figure out what to do with my hair when I get up. Like, I can't get up and go. Like with my locks, I still needed to do something, and on my 15-minute break I could do stuff with my locks, like put in a quick braid or whatever. But now I need it. It's my bangs that I spend a lot of time with, and just in general trying to figure out what the fuck to do to my hair, because I only know like little kid styles, to be honest with you. But everybody's like, yeah, damn, you look so young. But it's probably because I look more like Kimana now, because my hair and her hair are the same. But I think my daughter looks absolutely gorgeous. She's beautiful, and I don't think that I don't look nice or whatever, but I don't feel comfortable. And it's just 8 years of me. And she's like, I felt like you identified with it. It's not that I identified, because I wasn't like, hi, I'm Tori with locks, but it was a part of who I was. Like my skin and like anything else that's a part of me, it was a part of who I was. When I chopped off like a huge part of me, that part was me. Getting locks was like rebellion against things that everyone told me no to my whole life. When I was 15, I wanted to start my locks. My mom said no, and so I never got to do it. And I waited so long to get to the point where I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do something for me. That was one of the first things I ever did for me, besides tattoos. And I want to get some tattoos. I want to honor my stepmoms. I want to get a tattoo in my ear to honor my stepmom. Oh, I don't know if I told you guys, I'm starting to stretch my ears. 2 sets of gauges. I'm on 1.8, I believe, right now. I'm using the green ones right now, but I also have these. I lost some of the gauges that I use, but I like this color really bad. I only want to stretch to like a 2. I think I need to find it in this one because it's labeled. He thinks everything is food. Greedy like your mama. Hold on, this is 4, or maybe I want to do more. Let me see. 6, maybe a 6. Maybe I'm going to a 6. 5 looks good. So maybe something like this I would stretch it to. But what's a 2? Let me see. That's a 10. Oh no. Oh, I think I fucking lost the 2s. But yeah, I think I'm on 1.6 right now. And so I have 2 separate things. So the green one looked real nice. I like that green. So these are glass. It's a ear stretching kit versus doing the taper. So I found this page, and they have the most adorable fucking earrings for gauges, and I've always wanted that. That was something else that my mom was against. I think, everything that I wanted was considered rebellion, but I think I've always kind of been a little like emo and a little bit different, and I've always wanted the different piercings and all that stuff. So I literally think these are cute. Oh my god, see, could you imagine such cute little plug earrings? So I'm starting that journey too. So I'll be restarting my locks, and I started my gauges. I don't think these ones, because my ears are kind of stretched already because I use heavy hoops all my life, and I got the Claire's little thing, but Claire's piercings when I was little. And so I don't know, it was part of me wanted to like go into the piercers and have them like do the hole punch, and so I can just go ahead and skip some steps and do that. But I also think it's part of the journey, just like the locks, you know, to go through, you know, the stretching of the ear and taking your time. So I'm gonna just be patient, because I know, like with my dad, he did interlocking. He didn't go through all the phases that I went to where I look real fucking crazy. I went through, you know, that teenage phase where it's like a complete rebellion and all your hair is looking crazy and shit. Like, he didn't go through all those things because his hair was always laid, always neat. It was never sticking out. I don't know, I miss those stages, and so I'm kind of excited to go back through those stages again. I feel like that challenged me in a lot of ways, because it wasn't a standard of beauty phase where you just look so uniform and look so nice. And me, I'm more of a like freeformish person. Like, I'm not a person that always looks to look neat and together and uniform. I'm more like, you know, your hair will do what it needs to do, and I kind of always just left it, and over 8 years it did what it needed to do with minimal retwisting and all that stuff. So I know my hair will figure out what it needs to do, but it definitely wants to be locked again, because if I even put it in a braid, honey, it's like I have to rip it apart. So they want to be married together again, and they will be. But I said I was just going to talk to you. I just wanted to update you guys on everything that was going on, because I don't know, y'all are my bestie, y'all my best friend. All right, so now we are gonna go. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. And we're only a couple weeks, less than 2 weeks from Halloween, which I need to pick my vows. The fuck, I've been talking to fucking Jamal too much about marriage. I need to pick my costume, which I want to be a vampire, but then also, like, me and my friend were talking about like doing costume, even though she's in Utah, like doing a costume together. And so, because we have to dress up at work, and we're gonna do a Halloween costume for that too. So